friends in the universe out there. Welcome to day 2 of my 30-day vulnerability challenge. Today in a better setting, no wind, no noise, no nothing. Bad lighting, so excuse me for that, but as long as you can hear my story, I think that's the most important part. I'm actually in my Airbnb in Boulder right now. This is our living room, and my roommate is gone for the weekend, so I have it all to myself and can just set up my camera and everything wherever I want to. So I thought I'd come to you from our living room today. So today I want to address a body image issue. I didn't think I would talk about it that early on in the challenge, but I mean, I'll probably talk about it again later on and go a little bit deeper, but I just want to share a story that happened to me a couple of days ago and that triggered my body image issues very badly, and I just figured I'd share it with you right here and right now because it's so fresh in my memory. So I went to my physical therapist on Wednesday. I'm in there for some treatment with the hamstrings and whatnot. And as part of the treatment, I actually got a gait analysis on Wednesday. That's something, it's a running analysis where they look at your running form and see if there's something that can be improved, but maybe also something that might be, if you have an injury like I do, that might be the cause of your injury. So like a whole thing. So basically what you do, you come in, you go on a treadmill, so indoor on a running thing. And your physical therapist or whoever does it looks at your running form, but also videotapes it from pretty much every angle, from the front, from the side, from the back, just to see like where there are weird movements or where something's not aligning or what can be improved. So all good. I've never had that done before, and injury or not, it's just good to have that kind of thing done to see if there's anything you can improve to be more efficient in your running and to lose less energy or to spend the energy on the right movements or whatnot. So I came in and he of course had my record, and because I do have some issues, there was something he had to look into, and he looked at my body beforehand, and then we go on to the treadmill, and I was of course dressed in my running gear because I knew I was going to run, so I was wearing my sports bra and my shorts and my t-shirt and my running shoes of course, and it was in a gym area, so there were other therapists doing stuff with their other clients, doing Pilates and somebody else on the bike and whatnot. It was not crazy busy, but there were a few people around. And my therapist goes, well, would you mind taking your shirt off? So it's nothing out of the unusual, so not that he wants to see me naked or anything, but it's because he had to see my running form, so he had to see my hip movement and everything and if I'm wearing a t-shirt, he can't really see what's going on there, right? You can just kind of like assume, but so for him it's a lot easier to see everything going on and help me if he sees my full body movement. And of course, I pretend it's like, oh sure, no problem, and I did take my shirt off and I started running, but that is actually a huge insecurity for me. There's actually a movement by this runner called Kelly Roberts, and it's called the sports bra squat, where she encourages women runners to just, especially when it gets hot outside, to just don't be ashamed, like be proud of your strong body and just take off your shirt, whatever size or shape or form your body is, and just be proud of it, right? Like there's no shame in doing it. And I've been following the movement for a while, and I mean, all the women who do it, I'm just not, I don't know, I'm just not there yet. The thing is, I exercise daily, even when I'm not in training, like I am right now. I'm not in training, but I still exercise at least a couple hours a day, up to 3 hours even, including yoga. But I also always do something. I just have one rest day. I have a strong body, I know that, but it's still those body image issues. Like you see your body in a very weird way, and it's kind of nice that you have clothes to cover it up and don't have to deal with it. And I knew that I was eventually going to join the sports bra squad and hopefully feel really good about my body, because I can tell myself, oh, I'm strong, and like the like how much I weigh or whatever is surrounded by the body image is not important to it. I can make myself believe it is that way, that I don't care, but deep down inside I really do care. So that has a long history that I will probably talk about later on in the challenge. But so at the physical therapy place the other day, I just of course didn't want to say like, oh no, I got issues. So I was like, oh sure, I'll do it, no problem, pretending I was all fine with it. And then you're on the treadmill and you start running in your sports bra and shorts, of course. But the thing is, you kind of run in front of a mirror because you also have to watch your own running form. And then you know that your therapist is looking at you very closely. And to make matters worse, my other therapist, who usually deals with me, he also came in to look at me. So there were two guys. It didn't matter that it was guys; it could have been women as well. So there were two people like watching me from every angle and also taping me. And I felt like almost I wanted to cry. I didn't cry, of course, but it like and you kind of like try to stand more upright and like take on a different form to make your body look better. Just because somebody is watching you and taping you, and then it's kind of you kind of can wrap your head around it, and you kind of like you don't forget it after a couple of minutes, but you kind of like kind of try to shut off your mind. But the worst thing is, of course, that once your analysis is done, once the running is done, and he has taped the videos, he of course wants you to look at the videos because he's trying to explain to you what he sees and what the issues are. Like in my case, there were some issues. So you actually, it's one thing kind of seeing in the mirror, but you can kind of like still hide behind their like display and everything. So you kind of just like see half of your body. But then once you see it on the video, it's just very confrontational, and I really didn't want to see it. And I felt myself like looking away from the video and kind of more like listening to him and only looking like to the bottom part of my body on the video. And I just did, it's like this part that I don't want to see. And it just, it made me realize, like, even though I can talk myself into believing I'm strong and I don't care about those issues, I really do care. I'm not over whatever was going on in my when I was a teenager yet, and it will probably I don't know if it ever will go away. So it just made me really sad to realize how I don't want to say how mean I am to my body, but how unproud I am of my body in those kind of situations, like when it really comes down to it. And I've been working I've been doing a lot of yoga lately, a lot of yin yoga, so to also get into the more female aspect of everything, and female energies, and really getting in tune with my body. That's something also that you have to do with running. You have to be in tune with your body, and you have to listen to your body. And I've been really, really working on that very hard, and that's why it was so shocking to me the other day that I just can't accept my body for what it is. Like, I always wanted it to be different. It's not only about like, oh, like I wish this was different, like, like little things, but it's like, it's a major part. So that was not good, and it made me sad for the rest of the day. I luckily had yoga a couple of hours later after the session, which kind of got me a little bit more in tune with my body, but I felt that I was feeling it very differently and that I wasn't very kind to it. Because I kind of had these negative emotions about it stuck in my mind, and then the monkey mind was going, and I was talking myself down, and that kind of carried into the next day, which was yesterday, which was my birthday. So yeah, it's shocking to me that those kind of body things still trigger those kind of emotions, and that's something I definitely have to work on the next weeks, the next month, probably the rest of my life. So that's my story about that. Thank you for listening. Like I said, I will talk about it more, what the root of that kind of thing is, probably down the line. Not yet. I'm not there yet. This whole challenge, of course, is a work in progress. But we're getting there. So thank you for listening. Sending you much love, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye.